Good evening. It is great to have you here with us tonight. I'm Joshua Robinson. We begin by taking a look outside with meteorologist Thomas Patrick joining us in the Outdoor Weather Center. And Thomas, we know that this record heat in July has been truly historic, but how's that going to lead into August?
Yeah, and here's the thing, like when we talk about record highs in July, it's actually going to be the month as a whole, as opposed to last month when we just hit that all-time record-breaking mark of 109. Two different ways to hit those records, either all at once or spread out over the course of the month. Now, the last day of July is still going to be very hot. We're still under excessive heat warnings through Saturday. The first day of August will cool off, but hold on to that thought for a moment. Here were today's highs. Some of them records, including in Coeur d'Alene, Sandpoint, Deer Park, Lewiston. You tied your record high. Omak included in that list at 106 for today. Tomorrow, about the same, if not a couple degrees hotter for tomorrow afternoon. 103 in Spokane, about 104 in Coeur d'Alene. That will once again be near some record high temperatures. But things might cool off heading into August because I'm tracking a bit of a disturbance that is off to our south, and it is moving northward. That will actually bring some rainfall to the area. Our high-resolution computer modeling actually has a decent chance for both rain and thunderstorms starting as early as Saturday night. So coming up, we're going to time out this weather system, a de facto cold front, if you will, show you how long it's going to be in our region, how cool our temperatures could be to start August, and how hazy our skies could still be for tomorrow. That's all coming up in a few minutes.
And as Thomas mentioned, for the time being, that extreme heat still very much predicted for the Pullman area in the coming days. And because of that, the city of Pullman will be making a cooling shelter available for anyone with an emergency need to escape from extreme temperatures. The Pullman City Hall campus on Crestview Street will open tomorrow from noon to 7 p.m. COVID safety measures will still be in place. That means wearing a mask and social distancing. Meanwhile, the city of Spokane also extending its cooling center resources around the city. The cooling center at the Loof Carousel will be open daily from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m. until temperatures drop below 95. Spokane Public Library locations are also open this week. They will be available as cooling resources as well. And with this 100-degree temperature still returning to the Spokane area with this excessive heat warning still in place, we will continue to be tracking the heat all weekend long. And if you would like the latest updates on that information, you can text us at the word HEAT to 509-448-2000. We'll get it straight to your phone. New tonight, an attorney's email is now giving us new details into the firing of the former Spokane County Health Officer, Dr. Bob Lutz. An email obtained by the Inlander confirms that the Spokane Health Administrator, Amelia Clark, fired Dr. Lutz on October 29th of last year. Now, that firing took place 1 week before the SRHD Board of Health held their public vote to fire Lutz on November 5th. The Board of Health attorney sent the email that read in part, quote, "Please be advised that Amelia has terminated Dr. Lutz's employment. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to her or to me, but do not reply all to this email." CREM 2 reached out to the attorney for confirmation of the email. We have not yet heard back. CREM also reached out to a spokesperson for the Spokane Regional Health District. They could not provide a comment. Clark is currently under investigation by the Washington State Board of Health to determine whether or not she violated state law by firing Lutz. In other news, a new report now shows Spokane ranks second in the country for largest rent increases. According to ApartmentList.com, the year-over-year rent growth in Spokane is higher than the state average of 6.9%. Since March of 2020 and the start of the pandemic, Spokane rent prices have increased by 32%. Ranking number one is Boise, Idaho, with an increase of 39% in rent prices. But in Washington, the state does not have a limit on how much a landlord can raise rent. Meanwhile, cities across the country tonight are grappling with homelessness, and Spokane no exception. Earlier this week, the City Council acknowledged there is a severe housing shortage that is making the situation even more difficult. But a new low-income complex aims to give the city's most vulnerable a place to live. CREM 2's Morgan Trout was at the grand opening today.
This is the bedroom of one of the community members at Schweitzer Haven. There are 50 rooms that look just like this one, fully furnished to help our community's most vulnerable.
The Beatrice and Ed Schweitzer Haven complex actually started housing people last year, but due to the pandemic, their grand opening took place today. And we got a look inside.
I think we're both still in a little bit of shock, aren't we, Beatrice?
Spokane has a housing problem and has had a shortage for years. Beatrice and Ed Schweitzer saw community members struggling, so they worked with the Catholic Charities to provide 50 new homes for those experiencing homelessness.
And I feel so amazed about how the community comes together.
And you know, we are the lucky ones, and our worst day is probably better than many people's best day.
Ed's desire to help the most vulnerable comes from watching his dad. As a kid in Chicago, he said his father would go downtown and invite people without homes into his, giving them jobs and a place to warm up in the winter.
That was his personal mission, which is so similar to what goes on here at a much larger scale. So it made me think a lot of my father.
He helped design the building, working with Catholic Charities and the city to invite the most vulnerable people in. The organization says the city does a vulnerability assessment, and the 50 deemed to be most at risk were moved in. Each room is for one person. That includes a bedroom, kitchen, and bathroom, fully stocked when they move in.
We cannot forget that there are those who just cannot help themselves, and that's why we have to care for them.
So they are no longer homeless. They have a home. It's here.
The complex also provides services including case management, substance abuse counseling, mental health counseling, and assistance in locating and maintaining employment. But most importantly, a safe place to call home.
Catholic Charities says there are 3 more projects just like this one happening right now, but they said they won't stop until everyone has a home. Reporting in downtown Spokane, Morgan Trout, KREM 2 News.
Well, the primary election in Washington is just days away and the ballots are due on Tuesday. 10 candidates are running for 3 seats on the Spokane City Council, and a lot of money has been spent on their campaigns. In fact, more than $400,000 have already been spent. 7 of the 10 candidates have raised more than $25 grand. And you might remember back in 2019, huge money was poured into the mayor's race in the form of independent expenditures. That's a type of donating where rather than giving directly to the candidate's actual campaign, someone just spends the money directly on things like ads. That doesn't require the candidate's approval, and there is no limit to how much can be spent. In 2019, a committee of realtors spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to support Nadine Woodward and other right-leaning candidates. This year, they are dropping tens of thousands on right-leaning council candidates. But that money didn't always result in victory in 2019, so we will see what kind of effect it has this year. Again, ballots are due on Tuesday. Still ahead on KREM 2 News tonight, an investigation into a teacher giving a history lesson to 2 black students at a local middle school. We'll break down the findings next.